Louis from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Mexico City Diablos and the Seattle Seahawks. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Break. Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You don't want none. You don't get it. Pick up the ball. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Armstrong. And he's into the clear. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Kamara.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. A give. This is Kamara. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Kamara. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tight ends Ringo. Smooth. Tight ends on the Ringo. Out. Go. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Here's 2nd and 8. Dancing to his left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Ready? 70, Indy. Get ready. Shift. 36.
On 3rd down, it's Armstrong. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Here we go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Push him back. Mike 5'9".
2nd and 9 now. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 50 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Bravo. Mike 22, he's coming. 22. Get.
Looking to throw. Nelson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Tonight, 47's the mic.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First down, Mexico City.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Switch up, switch up.
Throwing, Bridgewater. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He gets it to Thomas. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. And he finds Cook. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Let's go.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Going quickly here to Thomas. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Now watch run. Both sevens to Mike. Both sevens to Mike. Here we go, D. Come on. Here I come. Check.
Play action now. Bridgewater. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike.
Here's Bridgewater. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
47's the Mike. 47's the Mike. Mike's 47. It's just me and you. Me and you. Check 20.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Rapid. Back. Hey. Ready.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So backed up closer to the danger zone here from the 2. This is 2nd and long. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Nelson from the gun, he'll throw. It's complete to Lockett. The end result, 21 yards.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, 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 hey. Go.
On 1st and 10, Nelson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike's 59. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Set to throw is Nelson. Going to throw again. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Go. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. Hey, Delta. 53. Mike. 80 weapon. 53.
Here's Nelson operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Check nickel. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. 54, right there. 54 Mike.
Throwing is Bridgewater. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Switch it.
Final play of the half, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First down and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Smith. And he's going to let it go deep. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Bridgewater to throw it. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Armstrong. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, orbit.
Let's go.
2nd and 11. There goes a deep ball. End zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. In for the score. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game being on second half no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
He's checking. Hey, weapon. Crash. Kill.
Again, it's Kamara. And an alley to run. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's where you belong.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And they'll try for it here on fourth. Bridgewater and company stay out there. They'll try and throw for it here. Throwing left side, it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. 47's the mic. You must be dreaming.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Looking long for Thomas. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, Zoo.
Back to throw. Nelson. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Armstrong. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's got some strength up there and some really good hands, but he's got some surprising quickness as well to get him upfield.
The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
General West.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got this down to the 35. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run on first down. It's Armstrong. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep.
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 18-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And look at this, the punt team is out there. Somebody better give them the memo that it's second down. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Pulled in at the 24. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give them 18 on the play.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. He's got it, the tight end Jeff Heuerman. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Get it.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Hit it.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So the victory here for Seattle, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Seahawks, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for our visitors, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, fuck the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, move, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on, smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be best though. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more best though.